Hey YouTube, you know me, it's Paul with Washington Pro Carpet Cleaning, and you're here for another episode of Carpet Cleaning Guys Vlogs. In today's video, we'll be doing a large family room with this older style textured carpet. It's probably 20 plus years old. And then 3 bedrooms, and each bedroom has various style carpets. I did have to come through and pre-spot with my Wink rust remover. You can get Wink, W-H-I-N-K, rust remover from Walmart, and it's in the cleaning section. I'm sure someone could direct you, but boy, that stuff just works incredible. It's an oxidizer. It removes the rust on contact. And from there, I did very little pre-spray spotting with the spotter that I have in a spray bottle. And here I know I need to adjust the handle. I had it up a little too high. Once I get that situated, I'll go through, I'll pre-shampoo all the areas. This allows me to lay the solution down. And as far as I understand, there's some really cool upgrades that are coming out for the swirly. There's a little T-handle that will go on the front to help when you're loading and unloading. You just grab the handle, and what that will do is you also won't have to take the Malish pad driver off to get your hand tucked up underneath to lift it. So you'll be able just to grab that handle. And oh goodness, lost my train of thought. There is a additional something that they're going to do. You'll have that handle. Oh, I know. It's the flow valve, which I think will be very helpful, because this thing will put out solution at a really high rate, because it does have that 3/4 inch hose. So you do want to be careful with what you're applying. Plus, the valve will allow you to adjust the flow rate as well as shut the valve off, so that just in case the little plunger in the tank starts to go bad, you won't have any accidents with water leaking all over somebody's home. So that'll be awesome. And I'm just kind of finding the darker spots to begin with, and then I'll slowly go back over the majority of the areas. And with the shower feed solution, this is how you apply your solution. I am using Green Dragon, and I'm only using about 2 ounces per gallon because it's very lightly soiled. And I'll pre-mix that before I leave the shop. I've got a couple of gallons or 2.5 gallon jugs that I've been actually filling up using 2 ounces of Green Dragon per gallon, and that's my base. And since it's not a peroxide based product, you can pre-mix it and it'll last for 2, 3, 4 days, whatever, in a jug. And then if I do get to a job where I discover that it's pretty bad, I'll have the Green Dragon available where I could actually add more, put 2 more ounces per gallon, mix it down. Or what I usually do is I carry the new Citrus Fire, and that has the sodium percarbonate, which is your peroxide, and it also has a citrus, natural citrus, D-limonene. And I'll add maybe a scoop of that, 2 ounces or an ounce, as a booster. You do want to keep in mind that if you're doing wool or anything that's a natural fiber, viscose, cotton, whatever, you don't want to use the Citrus Fire because of the peroxide. Peroxide, again, is an oxidizer, and it will eat the fiber, the natural fibers, wool, and can do some pretty good damage. So I would definitely keep that in mind. But those products there, the Green Dragon is my staple. That's my base. The citrus fire is basically my booster should I need it, or if there's a rat nasty, I'll use the citrus fire at about 1.5 ounces per gallon by itself. And then, of course, the magic bullet is my go-to for spotting. As a spotter, it gets rid of a lot of stuff. And then the rust remover, I'm not sure if they have rust remover available at the end cap store. They may, but I've always used that Wink rust remover from Walmart, and I buy the big 32-ounce bottle for about $9 and keep it in my van in my spotter kit. And I haven't been using the Go Oxy as much. I have it available, but I find that citrus fire, just having that on there, and if I boost it, if I see like pet urine or yellow stains, coffee stains, or anything organic, I'll just pop in 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces of the citrus fire, and that tends to work just as good. It's got, I guess it has a pretty good concentrated sodium percarbonate peroxide. I will say, if you use citrus fire, do not leave it in a sealed jar. It will explode. You want to make sure you loosen the cap and let the air out. Citrus fire is not going to be able to leave on the shelf. You don't want to pre-mix it. It probably has I'd say it has a lifespan of about 9 hours. And then the peroxide, any peroxide is H2O2. And as soon as the light hits the peroxide, it bursts and it becomes H2O, which is just straight water. That's why you see that little 3% peroxide in the brown bottle when you go to a, what do they call them, pharmacy area or Walmart, whatever. It needs to stay in the brown bottle, but that particular peroxide is stabilized, and the powdered peroxide or sodium percarbonate that's in the citrus fire, I don't think it's stabilized, and that's why you have to be real careful. So just note that. And you do know I always put a link in the description if you should decide to use the same materials and products that I use. That's awesome. I had a visit with Dennis and his lovely wife. They came up from Idaho, and he's the one who purchased my carpet extractor that I had for sale. And boy, since they made the trip all the way out here, I kind of decided to offer him a few extra bonus things so that he would have that to get going. And he got started in the business, and he is a ex-home builder and did that for years. And I will tell you, it's very exciting when you meet somebody that has such a great attitude, and his wife is just absolutely awesome. She works along with him, and she's also helping to develop the business. Lots of questions, very friendly people. So if you are watching, I certainly appreciate you guys coming all the way out, and maybe next time we'll be able to go to dinner or spend some time and get caught up on things. In the meantime, just get that business going, and I'm sure you'll be successful. And just a side note, Dennis is 73 years old, and he is out there getting it done. He's not sitting in a recliner, and that is just absolutely awesome. And he is a cancer fighter. I think it was pancreas cancer that he just had surgery and chemo, and so that is awesome. Just so awesome that somebody is getting into the business, and it inspires me when I hear from people who watched a few videos and got into it. This business can be a fantastic business. It is great if you work along with a friend or a significant other, or your wife. I've always worked with my boys. I worked with my daughter. I've worked with my wife. She still comes out and helps me with furniture and some of the bigger jobs I do. So it's pretty exciting. That's one of the joys of being self-employed. You don't have to wait for bring your kid to work day. You can bring him to work with you anytime you would like. So again, thank you, Dennis. I hope the machine works well for you. I know they're pretty simple if anything goes wrong to replace. The motors, the pump, things like that, little seals, little plastic seals in your wands and stuff like that. You want to make sure that those are all up to date. You can order what they call a K-valve kit, I think it is, for maybe $5 on eBay if the seals are dried out. So good luck with your business. Send me some pictures before and after of the jobs you do. I would love to maybe put together a little gallery of yours as well as any of my other subscribers that are in the VLM business. I would love to see your before and after pictures. My email address is in the About section of my channel. So you can go there and just click on that. There's my email address. Send me some pictures and, along with your permission for me to post them. And from time to time, I'll put some before and afters together and share those with you guys and gals. So there you are. Take a look at that. Oh, and look, Dennis's wife. There's those shoes, those pointy-toed shoes. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm just methodically going back and forth here. And on this carpet, I don't think I'll be putting triangles on this one. I'll just go across and back, and I'll leave the lines in place. The other rooms, I will go ahead and groom those and put some triangles down. And, oh, by the way, I think Dennis has the swirly, which is what this machine is. He started with the Auric Orbiter. And with the Auric Orbiter, I believe it was with the Auric Orbiter, he went out and did I think it was maybe 3 rooms, something like that, and made $200. So that's awesome. And he was surprised because he actually quoted him less, and when they settled up, they wrote him a check for $200 and said it was worth more than what he was quoting. So there you go. There's people like that. Those are the people you want to work for. And he also has the swirly. So that's cool. You can see I'll go all the way across and then I'll come back. So it's almost like a 2-step. And this is with the Ironman pad, all 100% cotton pad. And I've already applied the solution and cleaned it with the 3M scrubbing pad. You can use a brush. You can use the Galaxy mop pads, which are a microfiber scrubbing strip pad. Things like that. But as far as the shower feed, the solution goes through the scouring pads, these 3M pads. Just so easy, and you can see it. And I will tell you, being able to see the water flow through that clear hose is pretty nice. As well as, I don't know, any of you guys or gals out there that have the swirly, can you hear the water go through it? And the reason I say that is I can actually hear it when I pull the trigger up. Mine makes a little bit of a, like a little bit of a hissing sound where you can hear the water flow through. And I don't know if it's because the pad driver has a riser on it, about a 1-inch riser, which is nice. But I think I'm hearing the water splash down onto the driver and then distribute. And it's just you never hold the trigger all the way up and just flood the carpets. You just kind of feather the trigger, pull it on, pull it off. But I can hear it, which is actually helpful to me. I like that because I know the water is flowing like I want it to. And definitely, you'll see the pad. You do want to follow up with a pad after cleaning, even though you could leave it because it's a encapsulation product. The Green Dragon once you scrub it in, if you left it, it would dry down to a brittle crystal type polymer and be vacuumed out, so everything comes up. You're leaving zero residue. Let me get situated here and I'll show you what I got. These carpets in the lighting, it's hard to see what's going on, but you can see here the line where I've stopped. Just going across and back, it's coming out absolutely beautiful. In the VLM, I'm really enjoying, VLM stands for very low moisture for those of you that are not familiar or not carpet cleaners and just happened upon my channel. VLM carpet cleaning is very low moisture. The difference is if I came in here with a steam cleaner, I probably would have used 20 to 40 gallons maybe to flush these carpets out in 4 rooms. And the VLM, you see I have a 2.5 gallon jug, and I've only poured in about 1.5 gallons. I still have solution in the tank, so I will be doing another room. And I'm thinking, usually each room is probably at the utmost 1/2 gallon. And a lot of times if you have a trigger sprayer, a little bottle, you can use that and kind of spray your spots and spray some entry areas if the carpet's not real bad, and just go over it without applying a whole lot of solution. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I'll come back and I'll show you this section again when it's almost dry. You'll see it'll lighten up even more. Let's take a look at the pads, or the pad I should say. I did use both sides, and there's the scouring pad. I will say a 15-inch pad on a 15-inch driver is probably not the way you want to go. You probably want to go 17-inch, so you have a little bit of overage so you can go along the walls and whatnot. So keep that in mind. That white 3M pad is a 15-inch pad, and you could look at my video, go back, and you'll see it just fits snug right on there. Excuse me. And here we are. This is, I believe, after it's dry. Take a look at that. I might go get the vacuum. I'll see if I want to post vacuum it just so it's all uniform, or brush it. But I'll show you back in the back rooms in just a minute. You can see beautiful, all those dark areas where the couches were and the traffic completely gone. This one, Christmas Miracle, as well as this one. All 3 of these had lots of rust stains, which are completely gone now. So, well, there you go. I appreciate you joining me for another episode. I look forward to posting more videos. Again, I thank Dennis and his wife for coming out from Idaho. I really enjoyed our conversation and visit. And as for the rest of my subscribers and viewers, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And I'll be making more videos, and I think I'm going to try and make a few more tutorial videos and have my wife come and help me, and she can film. And I'll get a little more in-depth, showing exactly step by step from when I leave my home to when I'm completely done with the job.